Hola everyone, hope you're bien. Okay, so just a few comments on some images, some photos that are very sort of provocative, I'd say, or they lead to a lot of discussion. So on the right hand side, we have someone who came on the show called Lister, who's supposedly a Antifa anarchist dude. But basically, as you can see, he's wearing face covering and he's at Speaker's Corner in Hyde Park, London. And what you'll see is that a lot of people don't. So the fact that he is sending a message that, oh yeah, he's taking it seriously, right? So that's very interesting that a so-called anarchist, an anarchist who doesn't believe in government, who doesn't trust the government and the system, would then do everything that the government and the system does and says. Yeah, that, I find that very shocking, very sort of contradictory, and leads me to question his credibility. Is it possible that he's just an actor playing the part of a anarchist, of a Antifa? Because look, every side needs funding, guys. You know that. The banks and everything like to control both sides. They like to fund both sides. That way you make most money. That way you have most control. You know, I've said this before. Control both sides in a boxing match. You know, own them both. Put bets on both. Everything. You know. Anyway, so that's Lister, the anarchist Antifa, wearing the face covering. Even though most people in that shot, and when you look at Speaker's Corner, aren't actually wearing one. Here we have in Trafalgar Square a guy with a massive flag, a Trump supporter, an English so-called Trump supporter, right? And as you can see, he's got that on his chest of a assault rifle, and then to match the assault rifle, something really sharp and sort of effective. We've got Mr. Sharp and Effective himself, Mr. Grey Bleeder, with, you tell me guys, if you've never seen this before, this guy, what would you say that is in his ear? Do you think it's, is he listening to like Chaz and Dave on there, or, I don't know, Paula Abdul, you know? So that's that. You got this so-called Trump supporter shouting in the middle of there with a massive flag that's got England and America on it. And then you got, this guy Grey Bleeder, who again has been in many of my videos. All you've got to do is just watch a few and you'll see him. Simple as that. So again, massive possibility that these two are actors as well. Massive possibility, guys. And then quite weird, right? So first of all, note what's on his jumper. That's the first thing that you're going to see, right? But then also, I only just noticed this today when I saw it. The hand gesture's a bit weird, I would say. So is it as sick as the thought that his dad is a big part of this and has told him to wear that, told him to do that gesture when the guy comes and films him? The fact that they've got the two girls there masked up, it all looks a bit sinister. He's there with the Illuminati symbol. Yeah, and possibly a gesture that could be Masonic. Again, I haven't looked into it because I only just noticed it just as I was about to record this. So that's quite weird to me. These are all just sort of random images that don't really fit anywhere, but are just sort of quite strange to me. So that's another one of a young lad wearing that jumper, doing that pose in that circumstance. And then here we have again at Speaker's Corner, someone who has actually been on my show recently, is a guy with the white hat who's got the 666 on his jacket. And he's sat there next to the so-called police. Now the funny thing is, if you do your research, you'll find out that this policeman is a so-called druid. So you could argue that you have the Satanist and the druid sat next to each other, yeah? And it just looks a bit weird, doesn't it? This guy sat there with this weird costume that says 666 on it, sat next to the, your reliable, loyal, honest policeman, sat there with the guy who was 666, literally custom made to put on his jacket, guys. Yeah? And this isn't some like private, exclusive thing. This is in public. Anyone can come and see this guy sat there with a 666. So his name is IC3. He's been on our show. I would advise you to look into my video that we did where he came on the panel and basically he got ripped to pieces, unfortunately, because, these people, they don't stand for anything. So it's very easy to sort of expose them and really make them worth nothing, unfortunately. I wish it wasn't like that. I wish these people were good people. I really, really do, guys. And then just to not be sort of biased, this guy here with his sort of Antifa's hat, instead of Adidas, it's Antifa's. And his sunglasses, he just looks like a bit of a character. So I would say that, just visually looking, he looks a bit, like he's sort of like Lister. He's paid to be a sort of Antifa guy, and but it's very, very possible that he's not. He's either an actor or something else. Very, very possible. He's just got that look. There's Lister, like we were just discussing, and he seems to wind up a lot of people. As you can see, this woman's like, pointing and all this. And then I don't know about this myself, right? So this guy here that's supposedly interviewing, I believe it to be Tracy Blackwell, the blonde lady there. Just look at his get-up, look at his clothes, look at his backpack, look at his hat. I'm thinking that's quite a lot of money. Now, I have seen this guy before many a times. He's got a channel, etc. And he walks around in designer clothes, etc., etc. And he calls himself unbiased, and I don't know, there's something very iffy about him. But yeah, I would just be interested to know if you believe that what he's wearing there is going to cost quite a lot of money. I'd question where it came from. Did it come from the people who pay the rest of these to sort of have an image and make the far right look sort of credible, yeah, and street and urban? And then again, if you're going to a protest and you're sort of innocent, I wouldn't really recommend people rocking the shades with a hood on look. The very point of people wearing shades would be because it's sunny, but the fact that you've got a hood on indicates that it isn't. So it's not sunny. You don't need to be wearing shades. You got your hood on. It just makes you look like a total actor, a total fraud, and I'd be very surprised if you were an actual protester. Like I said, if you're wearing shades, you don't tend to bloody wear a hood on top as well, okay? Like a rain jacket, hood, and shades. And then here you got Speaker's Corner, loads of people, but who's the person that stands out? Yeah, the lady in green, who is Louise from Save Our Rights, who again I've made a video about. There was quite a weird video I've got where she looks a bit like she's in a trance, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, there she is, centre of attention. Another one who likes to be centre of attention and make sure that everyone knows who she is and where she is. And then this one's hilarious because the lady on the left came on my show once, and then told us that this guy here who's dressed like a clown called Gazer Frackman stole 30 grand off her. That's what she said on my show. Decided to come and do that. Now, if it was really a legit thing, you really shouldn't be talking about it out of court kind of thing. Yeah, it could jeopardize your chances. But you chose to come on my show, tell us all that this guy here that you're obviously very close to stole 30 grand off you. I'm like, yeah, all right, okay. Sure. But anyway, yeah, so those were all just a few random photos that didn't really fit anywhere. But I think some of them are quite interesting, like this one again, What's that about, guys? So let's keep this at 10 minutes. Because I'm all about, I don't want to ramble on, I want to be quick and concise and precise, yeah, on this device. Because we have to sacrifice. Yeah. So I hope this has empowered you. I hope it adds to the context of everything that we talk about on this channel. I wish you all the best from me, the Satanist there, and the Druid. Literally, guys, he's got 666 sitting next to the police. The policeman says he's a Druid. You couldn't make this up, could you guys? Alright? Anyway, for now, John Overkill over and out. Take care, everyone. Peace.